Would you like to know the $182 billion secret? Well, if you answered yes to that question, make sure and stick around to the end of this video.
Can't find my way now, I just need you by my side. Lately, I've been thinking, baby, we could get away and never look back, never look back, never look back.
Hey, what's up, my friends? Nick Rapkless here, and welcome to today's video. As I mentioned just a moment ago, I'm going to be sharing with you the $182 billion secret here on this video. Before we get into that, I, as always, want to let you guys know, if you do enjoy this content and you think other people can get some value out of it, make sure and subscribe if you have not already, and also share this video with someone that could get some use out of it. Okay? Now, I gave this talk to a group of people, about 40 people yesterday, and the response was great. So I figured I would make a YouTube video about it. In addition, I also made a Facebook Live about it in our Facebook group yesterday. So if you would like to catch the replay of that, there will be a link down in the video description. But without further ado, let's get into this content because I know you're really gonna enjoy it, okay? Now, before we do get into that $182 billion secret, I wanna ask you a quick question. I want you to imagine something real quick, okay? I want you to imagine that you have an axe and it's your job to cut down this tree, okay? What is gonna be the most efficient way to cut this tree down? Is it to just take the axe and just hammer away any place, all over the place, just over and over, all over the place? Or would it be a little bit more efficient if you picked one particular spot on that tree and you just hit that spot time after time after time after time until it fell down? Well, maybe you answered that question in your head, but it's probably pretty obvious that it's the latter. You'd pick one specific spot and then that would be more efficient to making it fall, right? So the thing that I'm getting at, and this kind of goes along with the Bruce Lee quote where he says, "I fear not the man that has practiced 10,000 different kicks. I fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 different times." 10,000 times. One kick 10,000 times. Okay? So I'm sure you're kind of getting where I'm going here. So let's get back into this $182 billion secret. I'm sure you're familiar with a guy named Warren Buffett and another guy named Bill Gates, okay? Warren Buffett is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. His net worth is $86 billion. Bill Gates, on the other hand, he is the founder of Microsoft. His net worth is $96 billion. The two of theirs combined, their net worth is $182 billion. Why am I sharing with this? Well, I was watching a little documentary on them recently, and in one particular moment in the documentary, they sat them down at a kitchen table and they asked them both at the same time, what is the most important thing in business? What, if you had to boil it down to one specific thing, what is the most important thing in business? So they had them write it down on a sheet of paper so they weren't influenced by one another. What was that one thing? They wrote down the exact same thing. What was it? Focus. Focus. They said beyond everything else, the most important thing in business, and one of the biggest reasons that they have cultivated a $182 billion empire collectively is because of focus. So in this video, I want to share a little bit more about focus. You understand the power of it now based on that story, but I also want to share, like, what are you really getting out of focus and how to strengthen your focus, because a lot of us struggle with focus. I'm also going to share with you one thing that you absolutely need to cut out of your life if you want more focus, and I'm also going to share with you a specific little technique that's going to help you increase that focus and strengthen that focus muscle. So what does focus really do for us? Well, basically, it just makes us more proficient, it makes us more effective, and it just helps us get more success. No matter, if you're doing business, if you're trying to generate $182 billion, or you're just trying to have more success, maybe in your relationships, maybe in your dating, maybe in your health. If you have more focus in your life, you're gonna have more success. But ultimately what it really comes down to is focus gives you more time to spend with your family and friends, more time to spend traveling if that's something you enjoy, learning, just doing the things that are important with the people that are important. And also helping you become more present in those moments when you're spending time with those people. And I'll be explaining that here in a second. Okay? So let's talk about this a little bit more. Why does it help us with time? Well, the first thing that you absolutely need to do is you need to cut out, and like I mentioned before, is you absolutely need to eliminate distractions. Distractions are one of the most insidious things to your success out there. Why? Well, they recently did a study at the University of California at Irvine. And they found that when you are distracted as a human being, it typically takes 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back on track. So I want you to think about this for a second, because it might not seem like that big of a deal right now. But think about it. Say you're working on a big project. You're really focused, you're really dialed in, and all of a sudden you get a text message, or you get an Instagram notification, or someone walks in your room, or whatever it is. Any type of distraction. Maybe something pops in your mind that's distracting you. After that quick distraction, it'll take you roughly around 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get your mind back on track. It's pretty crazy, right? And again, you might not think that's that big of a deal. I certainly didn't either, but let's start breaking down the numbers. Think about it. 23 minutes after one distraction. Do you think you only get distracted once a day? Or is it more like 2 times a day, 3 times a day, maybe even more? But let's just stick with 3 times a day. Let's say you just stay consistent with getting distracted 3 times a day, which is, that can happen very, very easily, okay? So think about that. 3 distractions in a day, that's an hour a day, okay? That's starting to add up a little bit. Think about it more. In a week's time, that's 7 hours a week. In a month, that's 28 hours a month that you've been wasting. That's over 300 hours in a year. Times that by a few years, you're getting tens of thousands of hours wasted because you just simply gave in to the distractions. I don't want that for you. And I know you don't want that for yourself either. So let's figure out how we can increase our focus a little bit more and spend more time on things that matter and get a lot more done, okay? So one of the best things that you can do to increase your focus is set a focus timer. And you wanna do this a few times a day, okay? But basically what this means is you set a timer and you just focus on one particular thing for that time. The sweet spot we found is 40 to 60 minutes. So you set a timer, so let's say for 45 minutes. You say, hey, I'm gonna work on this video project for 45 minutes. There's not gonna be one single distraction that comes into my life during this 45 minutes. No one comes in my office, no one texts me, I don't have my phone next to me, it's on airplane mode. There's only one thing I'm focused on. You set a timer for 45 minutes. When that timer hits 45 minutes, it goes off, then you celebrate. You give yourself a reward. You go check your phone, you go do all the distractions that you want to do. Whatever it is, you give yourself a little reward. Then you go back to doing another focus timer, 45 minutes. Then you take another break, 45 minutes, take a break. If you can just do that like 3 times a day, maybe more, but let's just start with 3. You've roughly spent about, close to 3 hours, very targeted, very focused effort on what it is that you are wanting to accomplish. And all your energy or focus was there. So now after you're done with that, you can focus on other things and you can spend time, family, friends, whatever, and you're really engaged in the moment. You're present in the moment because you are not worried about stuff that you would have been focused on earlier. A lot of people just have this in between focus where they're just like focused kind of on here, but they're kind of focused on here and they're kind of focused on here. And it's just, they're not really focused on anything when they do that. So if you can just set the focus timers, do it a few times a day, you're gonna get so much more accomplished and you're gonna have so much more peace of mind. Okay, so I strongly recommend that you do that. And on top of that, I recommend that you do something that our friend Brian Tracy does as well. He is a world-renowned speaker and author, and one of his books is called Eat That Frog. Okay, and the book is all about willpower, and it talks about how willpower is a finite resource. Okay, and we only have a certain amount each and every day. And on top of that, our willpower is the highest earlier in the day. So what I recommend is start doing your focus timer earlier in the day when your willpower is stronger, okay? And so that's kind of the gist of this. But I do want to share a quick little story that I heard yesterday that I want to share with you that helps break this down a little bit further. And then I'm going to wrap this up and give you a little call to action and make sure that you are going to stay focused to this. So there's a quick story that I heard yesterday, It was very, very emotional, and it was very inspiring to a degree, okay? So basically, there's this guy. He's working really hard. He's got a business. He's got all these clients. He's also got this son, okay? And his son is always wanting to play with him. He wants to spend time with him. But dad is always working with his clients. He's always working on his business. And he just doesn't have time for his kids. Kid's like, hey, let's play, let's do something. He's like, no, I gotta work on these clients. I gotta do the business. And the kid's just, to a point, he's becoming heartbroken, okay? And so after a point, the kid comes up to dad and says, Dad, like, what are these people are paying you, right? He's like, yeah, of course. So okay, well, what do they pay you? Like, how much do they pay you for your time? He's like, well, they pay me $100 an hour. Dad didn't think anything about it, and the kid goes and does some work. He saves up his allowance. He even opens up a lemonade stand, saves $100, gets a $100 bill, comes up to dad, gives him the $100 bill. Dad's like, what are you doing? He said, I want an hour of your time. Think about that for a second. Now that's a drastic case, okay? But I don't want that to happen for you. I don't want you to be working on your business, working on your clients, and then you're just always in somewhere. Your focus is kind of here with your business, and then kind of here with your family, kind of here with your business, kind of here with your family. I don't want it to be like that. I want you to focus. I want you to stay focused on the things that matter in the moment, and then once you're done with that, then you can focus on your family, on your friends, on things that are important, traveling, whatever it is, okay? Powerful story, right? The last thing I'll leave you with. You understand the power of focus, obviously through the story about Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. You understand some of the things that are gonna help you with focus, but that's not necessarily the thing that I really want you to really be thinking about after this video. The thing I want you to think about after this video is, I want you to imagine real quick. I want you to imagine that you're on your deathbed. And I want you to think back to all the times that you could have been spending some amazing moments with your family and friends when you should have been focused on the things that matter. Were you doing that? Or were you focused, were you just scattered? Were you just thinking about all sorts of things all the time? Do the things that matter in the moment and focus on one thing at a time. Don't multitask, okay? Focus on your business, focus on whatever it is you're trying to get success in for those timer moments, okay? But when they're done, focus on the things that matter. And if you do that, you're gonna have so much more success, you're gonna be so much more proficient, you're gonna be so much more effective, you're gonna be making so much more money, and you're just gonna be so much more balanced, okay? Do that. Stay focused, don't give in to the distractions, okay? Your phone might go off, you might not think it's that big of a deal, but think of the big picture. Don't think about the little instant gratification, think about the big picture. Think about, the things that matter, the moments that matter. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I appreciate your time. Maybe this was a bit different, but I thought it was a powerful story and a powerful message that, like I said, a lot of people enjoyed on our Facebook Live. A lot of people enjoyed when I was giving this live talk to about 40 people, and I figured my YouTube audience would enjoy it as well. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this with somebody that really needs to hear it, okay? Because there's a lot of people that need to hear this. There's a lot of people that are distracted. I think we're all, to a certain degree, distracted and not focused. So we need to change that. Share this with somebody that can definitely use some focused knowledge. And yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one.
Can't find my way now, I just need you by my side. Lately, I've been thinking, baby, we could get away and never look back.